because she wanted me to let you know it's time to come home.
Yeah. It's hippie Christmas. I was dumpster diving.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. So, I wanted to reinsert some advice you gave me back in the day.
I don't need advice, but go ahead. I'll
If,
listen to
if
it
you
anyway.
wake up breathing, everything's okay.
Well, that's not how it
Right?
is. I don't get to see any of you, and you don't understand why. And for 6 years, I've been screaming for help about this. 7 years. I got tired of being assaulted every time I went to see you guys over Matty Boa fucking spreading rumors. What I'm going through today.
A lot of it stems from what you were doing before all this stuff
No,
started
dude,
happening.
stop accusing me of shit and listen to my side.
No, I'm not accusing you, brother. I'm not accusing you. I'm saying that people view what you were doing before.
I know how they view it, dude. Stop telling me things that are obvious. Find out what actually happened, please. Just this once. This once, please hear me. All right?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
All right. I know, please. I know. All right. Sometimes it takes me a second. I need to take either it'll only take a couple of seconds, but when you. All right. So, when I went to Virginia, it wasn't to stalk Natalie. I've been trying to get y'all to see that. Me and Natalie were not boyfriend and girlfriend ever. Okay? A whole bunch of lies and slander have been used to harm me all this time. They're lies and slander, dude. And no matter what.
I know they are.
No matter what.
I'm talking about the ranting on Facebook, Sean, not the stuff.
No, stop. Stop. The ranting on Facebook is people weren't helping me. You have no idea how many people have hurt me in the last 6 years. And I'm ranting on Facebook because I keep getting cut off from you guys. Everywhere I go, cut off from you guys. Like I literally.
Listen, bro. I feel your pain.
No, you don't.
I've been robbed for a total of $12,000 in the past 2 years. So, and that's
please, Munqee, let me speak. Please. All right. I that's the problem with me being me, is that everybody talks over me and everybody's pretty liberal about it. So I just have to shut up, and I'm expected to shut up. I get that I was everyone's therapist there for basically years. But the point is, when I need help, I do need help. Instead of dismiss what I'm telling you and talking over me, please listen, because I need your help. Okay? Instead of talking about you, understand that I am having a mental breakdown from literally everyone doing this to me. I was ranting on Facebook because people were harming me and threatening to kill me, dude. Seriously doing that stuff. Seriously assaulting me. I couldn't go to Boulder to see any of you because people were fucking hitting me. Now I'm having to literally yell at the top of my lungs because you're not understanding that for 6 years I've been begging you assholes to fucking hear me. It's pretty fucking simple to look at fucking. I could send you 3 fucking links that would show you that I'm telling the truth on this. But I gotta hope that somebody on the internet, instead of yelling at me about what's on the internet, I didn't want to do any of that. What I wanted before Natalie died was for people to leave me alone. I didn't go to Virginia because I'm some stalker. I've got evidence of that. We were friends. I've also got evidence that the people who have been doing this shit to me didn't stop. They haven't stopped. It's not just on the internet. I wouldn't go to the internet if I had a friend who would shut the hell up and listen instead of making me yell to be heard. Like, does anybody understand why I was so nice all the time? It's because if I wasn't, you guys would berate me and fucking yell at me and bitch at me and fucking scream at me, and I'm a bad person, obviously because of it. And that's not how it is. And then people saying, oh, it'll never work. I'm like, what? Turning it in won't work? It absolutely will. That's what's supposed to happen. My paperwork says it. I've been saying it. We all know it. If you go in by yourself, you get screwed. If you go in unprepared, you get screwed. But want you to understand the repercussions of rumors like that preventing me from being able to see any of you in Boulder for a whole year before she was killed. For a whole year before she was killed, I was trying to get help. I was trying to get assistance in stopping that abuse and making it so I could go see you guys. I let Natalie know what was going on. I let a lot of people know what was going on because that's what I was keeping on being told to do. Now I've had to make hundreds of calls by myself in a state of panic because my friends aren't listening. They've all got their own opinions from literally not listening, from forming opinions based on not listening. And I literally have nobody to talk to, no friends, have had no friends since 2015 when I hurt my back. Look how hard I have tried to reach out to you guys since that happened. Look at how many people have been mean to me because when I needed help because I was injured, they just wanted to yell at me. I finally did get housing, and that was great, except it was in Chapel, Nebraska, and I couldn't see any of you, and I was still getting harassed and threatened there. And half the time I went to Boulder to see you guys, I got fucking assaulted. So instead of blaming it on me like a fucking asshole, pay attention to the fact that I fucking recorded the goddamn evidence of the shit that I've been through. All you had to do was fucking listen to my side and look at the evidence. Anybody could act as a friend or family member. When somebody's called mentally ill, that's literally what you need when you are harmed like this. It wasn't just one person, dude. It was a lot of people threatening to kill me and my family. And none of this BS with Natalie where she got to magically win because after all of her friends gaslighted me and threatened to kill me and fucking assaulted me, that magically I'm a horrible person for asking for help stopping it. I went to the cops, dude. That's how serious it was. It was so serious that I went to the cops on multiple occasions. All they did was send me on to someone else who sent me on to someone else. And then I get people being condescending and telling me to call 988 or suicide hotline. And I call those places. And they don't fucking help. They don't help when people are freaking hurting you, when it destroys your finances and your entire life, dude. And I'm sorry for yelling like this. I mean, it really is shouting, but I'm stuck in public and I'm scared shitless and I can't defend myself or take care of myself. If I have to go up and down a set of stairs, then I might be stuck in my car just sitting there for 3 days. Meanwhile, none of you guys have stopped to listen to that. I'm stuck with your assumptions with every one of you when I call you. All of these people who said, oh yeah, Sean, I care. Well, they never showed up to fucking make a police report. They never showed up to court to speak up about what they knew. I had to fucking depend on crazy people and people who had historically been fucking predatory towards me, which is why we weren't friends. Anyway, all of the friggin' people messing with my head, that's not a choice. All the stuff with people messing with my phones and calling me from restricted numbers. No, dude, that'll drive you fucking crazy. That'll drive anyone crazy. Not being able to go see any of your friends no matter where you are. It's expensive, and all my disability money since before Natalie died has been spent running around spending a shit ton of money on therapists who are supposed to help me with stopping this abuse. And all they do is set me up for therapy, and then more therapy, and more therapy. Dude, 6 years of this since Natalie's death. Well, I beg you guys to listen to me because they're not going to do anything about it unless you guys advocate. Unless you, my friends, actually give a shit. The situations that I'm in aren't choices that I made. Now me pretending like I'm one of them assholes who does shit to me, having to act like that to try to get people's attention, because people do that to me all the time, dude, and I can't defend myself. All right, I'm starting to calm down, and I'm sorry for being so loud. Shit. Well, I better call him back and apologize. Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to hang up on you.
All right, so talking.
All right, I might be getting a bad signal here.
All right, so I'll just repeat myself. Okay, so there's all these programs now for mentally ill in Boulder. Like, well, like just like 6 years ago, it was horrible. They didn't have anything. They were horrible people. They didn't freaking listen to crap. But now they have all these programs like Be Happy and.
All right. Well, I need you to time out. I need you to time out, and I need you to make it about me and make it here right now.
I'm making it about you, brother. I'm saying that there's people now that would listen
to you. Please stop. Please let me be heard this once. All right. I hear this stuff out of everyone, and I make these calls alone. Okay. Please stop and listen to me this once. I got to go to another place today, okay? The problem that I have is that every time you interrupt me, you don't understand the environment that I'm in and that it is absolutely different than yours. That you need to stop and listen to me and to the situation that has me stranded here. To the number of people that have taken advantage of me in the last 6 years. And none of this your smart stuff. Me being smart doesn't fix my fucking back. It doesn't fix my wrist. It doesn't fix shit, dude. I don't need pretty words and fucking prayers. I need a friend.
I'm trying to be a friend. I want to be closer to you. That's what I'm saying. If you came back.
I can't come back, and I'm trying to explain that. I can't come back without being harmed. And I'm having to scream over you because you won't listen. Instead of pawning me off on those people, listen. Nobody listen.
Bro, I'm trying to help you so you can be.
You are not listening. That's not help. I literally have to fight for my right to be heard, even with you, Munqee.
I'm listening to you, brother. I'm just trying to help you.
No, you're not. Listening requires your mouth being shut, not open. Please listen without interruption because I am having a hard enough time trying to speak to you and trying to trust you to listen. Well, I'm literally having to scream over you for you to. You don't know what my experience has been because you won't shut up and stop telling me how to think and feel. So stop. All right. I could explain to you the hundreds and hundreds of phone calls and places that I've had to call to do that. Without a friend or family, they blow me off. I also record it all, so there's proof of it. The thing is that by the time I'm worked up from having to scream at somebody to be fucking heard, literally having to scream at everyone. Meanwhile, if I go to these places, it's a bunch of friggin' people who, if I raise my voice, even in the tiniest bit, because I'm scared, they fucking pounce on it. They are not trained to understand autism. They're taught to prey on it. I need a friend or family member, no matter what happens to me, to understand my disability instead of taking fucking complete fucking bullshit care of this by talking over me and sending me to some service that's going to do nothing but send me to another service. So please stop sending me to services. I can explain all of this stuff and send you evidence of all the stuff that I've had to go through. But stop making suggestions and allow me to calm down. Because as soon as I calm down, then that makes it easier for me to communicate. It makes it less likely that I'm going to get in trouble, get hurt, or get kicked out of the immediate vicinity because I have to ask some asshole to shut up again. And I'm not trying to be an asshole by saying that, but that's really the only thing that people understand. Everyone, literally everyone talks over me unless I fucking yell at them. When I'm trying to tell what I'm going through, I have to deal with literally everyone redirecting it, changing the subject, telling me what to think, what to feel, where to go, who to go to. That's how I've been for 6 years, going around in circles everywhere that I am forced to move to again and again and again. Telling me to go to anybody else is not going to detract from the fact that all of these crimes are going to be continued to be committed against me because I can't defend myself and because of the reputation created for me because of that. I shouldn't have had to go to YouTube or Facebook, dude. You fucking assholes should have known me well enough to understand me and my disabilities. But no, the moment I was gone, you guys forgot about me. I literally could not safely be in Boulder because I could barely walk a block, and the Boulder police would not leave me alone, wouldn't let me sleep. If I was lucky, I got an hour of sleep a night. And you know who my only friend through all that was? Natalie Bollinger showed up in person. The rest of y'all were too fucking busy to give a shit. And if I did get a hold of you, and I don't mean this personally just towards you, I mean literally everyone. Pretty words after pretty words. Just let it go. Just get a job. Dude, I was too fucked up to get a job. Not because I was on drugs. Not because I was in love. But because my back was fucked up. And that's what Natalie saved me from. I was gonna kill myself over the way you fucking assholes treated me when I tried to get help. When I did see you and you're too busy going running off to get fucking beer, get fucking alcohol, get fucking booze, get fucking something. Get something to drown out your own pain, I suppose, while I was actually being harmed, dude. Natalie rescued me from that. Now, I didn't stalk Natalie to Virginia. She outright lied about that, and so did her sister, and so did Maddie Boa. And I've been posting up that evidence, but you guys don't care. I shouldn't have to post it up on YouTube. The consequences for me is having to go literally to the officers who assaulted me to try to turn in other crimes. Anywhere that I go, they change the law depending on which agency I'm going to and which jurisdiction that I have literally been fucking sent to again and again and again. None of these places are actually helping. They don't do it. Sorry, there's no demon. It's me belching while I'm talking. They set me up for therapy. They're supposed to be mandated reporters. I am a disabled adult in an at-risk situation. And you don't understand with the media and the social media and all of that, how hard it is even after that. It affects us in real life. Not having a friend or family member actually show up in court to explain any of it. Having the people that claim to be my friends and family, I had to literally pay them to hopefully show up, to hopefully help me with the electronic stuff. I had to flee the state of Colorado because of malicious prosecution. Meanwhile, all of this stuff is under color of law. All of it's illegal. And I continue to go through it because of that reputation. Do you know who Waylon Lolatai is? Do you know who Waylon Lolatai is? Munqee? Munqee? Hello?
Hey, sorry, bro. I was on mute. My cheek hit the mute button. I don't know that name.
All right. You should look it up, okay? He assaulted a lot of people, and I was the first one. Instead of telling me to let it go, understand that when you were assaulted by a police officer, all right, they get to do whatever the hell they want, including pretend like you assaulted them, dude. And I reached out to all of my friends and family. That's literally the only way for any of these services to actually care enough to do anything. You have to have a friend or family member.
I think that guy got fired from Boulder PD.
Actually, he quit, but he should be in prison, and I'm fighting to make that happen.
Yeah.
The thing is that because of that, I can't get a police officer to do their job. Not only that, it takes 6 months to diagnose schizophrenia. These officers figured they'd bypass all of that. After they'd committed a lot of crimes, they just took me to the hospital and told the hospital that I was schizophrenic. The hospital wrote it down. I was in that hospital in Longmont for less than 20 hours. They knew I was trying to turn in Officer Waylon Lolatai and that I had been forced to do some pretty goddamn desperate things. Now, without a friend or family member, all they had to do was say mentally ill, mentally ill, mentally ill. At that point in time, I was stuck homeless, being victimized, dude. People were assaulting each other over whether or not I killed Natalie. And then people's best advice was to tell me that I needed to go to the homeless shelter. Do you think I could have walked into the homeless shelter after Natalie died and not have some sort of violence happen there?
So, you remember how Steinman used to
Do what?
remember how Steinman used to harass the crap out of all the homeless people? Now he's homeless outreach. And he even wrote a letter to the housing people for me to get me into housing.
Very cool.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Craziness, dude.
All right. Well, here's the thing, dude. Hold up. I have a warrant in Colorado for FTA. I was illegally prevented from going to literally almost every court date. My friends and family weren't there. Do what?
I was asking Lori's mom to roll down the window for me. We're on our way to our son's graduation from preschool.
All right. Well, very cool. All right. So here's the thing, dude. I have a meeting that I have to go to just shortly, and I know that you're not going to be able to make it for me or with me, but the people who I have to go see have committed a lot of crimes against me. They are recorded. Hold on.
Brother, I've been going to bat for you since this all started, except for the year before that because I was a hardcore alcoholic. Okay, but I don't drink anymore.
Well,
and
could you go to bat?
I don't treat my friends like an asshole anymore. I'm very like peaceful, friendly. I haven't punched anybody in fucking years. You know, like I used to. I don't treat people like shit anymore.
Thank you for that.
I try to do kind things all the time for people.
All right, well,
I'm just overloaded with a lot of shit.
I know, and everybody is.
And I'm sorry that you feel that I've left you out of it, or that I wasn't there for you. But I've been there since day one, bro. I feel I'm the only one that stuck up for you when everyone was fucking treating you like garbage.
Well, here's the thing.
I'll still stick up for you no matter what, bro. You're my family. You know, like.
Well, here's the thing, Monkey. I need you to act as family because that's what is necessary. I'm autistic, and they're taking advantage of that. There's a video on autism. I want to send it to you. I need you to understand that if I get sent into a friggin' another meltdown, I might end up dead because of it. So I need you to understand that the consequences of this kind of slander in courts and out, and them not allowing my friends or family to be a part of it, and all of the lies and slander that I've recorded, dude. I have recorded everything. We could literally sue them for millions of dollars. Look at Samuel Leon Lawrence IV. The thing is, I need you to stop talking over me and actually listen to me and understanding why you're fighting. It needs to also be understood that I am telling the truth, and you need to know that it's the truth. And you know what else, dude? I did a lot of horrible things and said a lot of horrible things. I absolutely did, but I shouldn't have had to do that to stop actual stalking. Every one of these people that I have to deal with, they claim that they care. At the end of the day, I have to scream for them to tell the truth because people are still hurting me, and I'm separated from all of you by law enforcement who wanted to break the law repeatedly, play stupid, and play victim. I'm being victimized. When I treat people the way that I'm treated, the first thing they do is reach for playing the victim. The first thing I did is reach to my friends and family and say, hey man, could you help me put a stop to this? But I never got heard because they were too busy talking about themselves or talking about hurting people. All right, the stalking from Natalie and her friends started before I was even out of Virginia when they called Maddie Boa and fucking lied to her and said I threatened to kill her and her friends and family. And that's fucking bullshit. I never fucking did that. Then after she was dead, while I was getting hundreds of death threats, I was trying to get a hold of you guys. There was evidence that showed a whole bunch of the stuff they did to me. But instead, I was getting Facebook ban after Facebook ban because these Natalie Bollinger groups were fucking doing horrible shit. Her family was fucking orchestrating a whole bunch of gang stalking, plus pretending to be my friends, which would have been fucking great if I'd have been able to talk to you and get your help, or Eric's help, or fucking Mobley's help, or Christine's help. But all you guys kept doing is yelling at me, screaming over me, or fucking too busy. So these web sleuths, they put me through a real ringer, dude. Natalie's death is a real popular thing to this day, and so is calling me a stalker. And the evidence that I'm not is there, all right? Police officers cannot diagnose somebody with schizophrenia, and the evidence that I was trying to turn in all of the people who were actually able to get protection orders against me because cops refused to take a report from me would only take one from my predators after literally months and months and months of gaslighting by them and their friends, and there is lots of proof. I took fucking screenshots of everything and recorded everything, munqee. Don't speak for me, speak with me. Don't stand up for me, stand up with me. Yes, you and Lori can write letters to all sorts of places, but also send copies, help share it with other people, and show what's really happened. I admit that I acted like my predators to try to get heard, but yes, that's what you guys are all pissed off at. I fucking know, but I tried getting help the right way first. I went to my predators and asked them for help stopping. If I send you evidence that I was the one stalked and that I was trying to get help, that they were never stalked and never in danger and that they played victim, if I send you that today on your fucking Facebook in Messenger, will you speak up for me for God's sake? Because everything that I've had to endure since then is over this.
I mean, obviously the best choice of action would be to call the media and try to get the media to put it out there that fucking, it was all fucking, it's all fucked up. You know?
Well, I have the evidence of it. There's also evidence that they intentionally, knowing and willingly destroyed evidence in order to make it their word versus mine, and lied to multiple people who did try to make reports. I've got recordings with over 2, maybe 3 dozen people that were telling me about people threatening to kill them and their friends and family, as well as law enforcement in multiple locations. And we're not talking about just tweakers. We're talking about people who were close to the case, people who were afraid of the cops in those areas, people who were afraid of border police. People who are afraid of the police all over the place. I'm in Tillamook, Oregon, and what they did to me in Boulder, Colorado, before Natalie died, what Maddie Boa and her friends and family did, or her friends did, by calling me a fucking rapist and a child molester and shit like that, saying that I threatened to kill Natalie and her fucking family, claiming that I stalked her there. The evidence shows that's not the truth. The evidence shows that her and Alicia both thanked me for running them off when they were kids and yelling at them. You remember why I yelled at them, dude? Because they were in sleeping bags with Emery and Arturo. And in their own messages, they admit that.
Yeah.
Like, did I go running around touching little kids? Or did I fucking protect all of you?
You protected us. You looked out for us. I mean, I said all that in the comment thing on the 9 News thing. It was like a almost 2-page thing that I fucking wrote.
Yes, sir, but we got to get people to hear that. You see how I had to act like my predators. I had to act like them to get heard because people were blowing me off, not understanding that we needed help turning it in together and in person if necessary. But the people that did go in with me in person, they just... Like, for example, Chaos went with me. He's another one of Maddie Bo's victims. She'd tried pulling this shit with him before, too, when he was in Boulder, claiming he was a child molester and a rapist and a stalker and all that stuff. But people really hurt you when that happens. And my back is so fucked up, I literally can't work. And my brain is so fucked up from people not understanding how autism works. Me being stuck in a state of crisis, not being able to do this electronic stuff, having to spend all of my money to pay people who don't actually help the way they promise to. They just want to argue on Facebook. Nobody ever calls the cops with me to explain it with me and fucking explain, hey, you can't ignore this. This is 6 years of it. Instead of treating him like he's a fucking horrible person over a reputation he doesn't deserve, look at where this reputation started and how he was prevented from having on his court date. Look at the people that I've had to deal with, munqee. A lot of people that are into danger and death and they're infatuated with it, but never had to live it. How many of our friends' corpses have you had to see?
Dude, I've lost count. Stephen Green died.
I know.
Christine died. Mobley died.
Yeah.
There's so many that. Jay Kelly died. I mean, there's just so
Kelly
many
Engel?
that are. Huh?
And Kelly Engel, yeah, and Diane Boatman, and
Diane
Onyx
Boatman,
died.
yep.
Tommy Gallia.
Yep.
People treat me like I'm schizophrenic and I made these people up, like you're all figments of my imagination. Janine Barrett died too.
The crazy thing is that all those cops that fucking treat us like garbage don't even work fucking anymore. I can walk down the street and nobody even knows who I am.
Well,
None of the cops know. None of the cops know me. None of them. They've revamped the police department.
there's going to be
It's
warrants
crazy.
for me in Colorado, and I'm trying to explain that to you. That this stuff with Natalie Bollinger, no matter how nice the cops are, I need to be able to turn it in safely, and none of my environments are safe. I don't have the money to move anywhere. I don't have the ability to move anywhere. I don't have the physical ability to move. My evidence is important because it shows what really happened. This is not going to stop unless people stand with me. Instead of just believing everything that they're told, they need to look at actual evidence. And yes, there's actual evidence that I'm an asshole. There is no doubt about that, but I am an asshole for a reason. It was always after abuse. As somebody who's called mentally ill, I have to go in with a friend or family or I am too easy to blow off. That's what every single lawyer told me. You need a friend or family member. We can't do shit. So I reached out to every one of you to be talked over until today. You understand why I'm so afraid to call you?
I do. I'm sorry that I made you feel like that, bro. I really am.
I said mean and hateful things about all of you guys openly on YouTube and Facebook. And I admitted to it every step of the way. And you know what? A lot of people, like Betsy Prowell, were victims of that shit too. Not of me being an asshole, but of the officers being assholes. But when her and her father were pretending like they were going to help me, and they also needed help, but Betsy Prowell ignored me for 6 months, then she got a hold of me, and I went and gave one little comment that I thought was kind of funny. It was a little snide, but next thing I know, literally her and her dad are starting a hate Sean Schwartz fucking campaign. So of course I spoke up.
I mean, that's the way that's the way it is, bro. It's people are assholes. And
I know.
They thrive on fucking your drama and your disappointment and your fucking fear, and that's just the way life is.
Dude, please
I mean,
don't.
It's really
Please-
like
please,
I'm listening
instead
to you,
of-
bro, but I'm saying that I'm not giving an excuse. I'm saying that you can't change it, bro. That's just the way that it is.
Monkey,
The only
that's
thing
a
that you can
defeatist
do is
attitude. What?
Make it seem
Monkey,
like that-
monkey, please. What I'm trying to explain to you is that hundreds of people have done this. You're right, there's no way to change it. But there was at the very beginning, and there is a way to change it now, and that is to fucking pull ourselves up by our big boy fucking panties and tell the goddamn truth.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, bro. I'm not.
I've been
saying
telling the
that-
truth. I'm not mad at
I'm
any
saying-
of you fucking for the shit that people assume. I'm mad because when I needed to be heard, and through all of this, I still need to be heard, it becomes an argument. And that's why I send you guys the stuff about autism, so that you understand how it is my environment that shuts me down. There is literally nothing I can do to change that. When I am in a state of fear, it's not because I'm crazy. There is always a reason why. I've got many people that we both know admitting that I'm not schizophrenic or delusional, including many of our friends and also mental health specialists. But the thing is that stuff is paper thin. All of their stuff and all these things is all paper thin. All of it. But like I said, a friend or family has to do this with me because I am that disabled dude. And that's specifically because the more scared I am, the more people think that it's okay for them to talk over me and tell me everything about their stories. Tell me everything about them. I do care about them. But I'm having very real problems without friends or family, and I lost everything while all of you are gaining everything. I'm not jealous of you. I'm begging you for help getting my things back. I will never get my friends back. I understand that. I understand that people are hateful that I told the truth. But I shouldn't have had to tell the truth publicly. They should have gone in with me to tell the truth. Helped to turn this in. Had more than just one thing that they posted something up on. That stuff that you typed. It needed to go to the police. A lot of people who were involved, I've still got the evidence of their involvement, both before and after Natalie's death. I was trying to get help from all of you before Natalie was killed, for a good reason. because I was being gang stalked. They were driving me crazy, and I couldn't come to Boulder to see you. Whenever I went to go see the people who lived outside of Boulder, I had to risk them stealing from me, getting screwed over by Ken Wilson and Leah Plunkett while having to pay for a place in Chapel, Nebraska, too. Going to therapists that are supposed to help me stop this abuse because I am disabled. And they are supposed to do something about Natalie and her friends and family and Maddie Boa and her friends and family fucking doing this shit to me for a whole year before Natalie was killed. I had to deal with it from John Hickson and fucking Lexi Woods. And meanwhile, they're having issues that are none of my business, so they're yelling at me over their personal bullshit. I didn't want drama. People were assaulting me for going to Boulder. That started the day I got back to fucking Boulder. I was excited to be back. First thing I had is some fucking crackhead come up to me, slap my phone out of my hand, and accuse me of doing nasty shit because Maddie Boa said. I had to leave fucking Virginia, and then I left Boulder, and I had to move to fucking Nebraska. In Nebraska, they still wouldn't do anything about it. And every time I tried to come see you guys, you were always too busy or too fucked up or too drunk. That goes for you and Eric and even fucking munqee and Mobley and Christina. It's not that I didn't try.
I know, bro. Listen, I'm
now I can't see you.
Graduation.
All right, be safe. I love you. I'll call you later.
But I will call you when I get done. Okay.
All right. Be safe. Thank you.
You too, brother.
Bye. They need to put me somewhere. I wish it was somewhere where I could see them, but that's not possible without the evidence being shown and getting a new court date. And yes, a lot of it's been destroyed. I get that the police can do whatever the hell they want, but lucky for me, those stupid son of a bitches left enough of a paper trail that they fucking sewed up their own hind ends. The problem with allowing this to back up this much, this is some goddamn septic bullshit. I'm an asshole and I admit it. I love these people, but it's them not understanding the situation that's making it so I can't go see them. Each and every one of these people is a crack in a big dam. And all it takes is for one of them to step out of place for the whole works to come tumbling down. You do not understand the power of your voice. There is a lot of money to be had for suing these son of a bitches, and I do get that. I do understand that. I'm not interested in fucking suing them for fucking being a rich motherfucker, king of a castle. I wanted to be the janitor. I wanted to live in a little hobbit hole outside, and that's still what I want. I wanted to serve my loved ones for the rest of my days. I can best serve them by serving myself best. See how close it is to the 3:30 appointment. 2:20. So we're getting pretty close. And my phone's about to die, so adios.